right. So we want to thank Susan for painting that beautiful picture on the thumbnail. A shout out to Susan. Thank you so much, Susan. It's beautiful. Okay, we have star energy today. So, two things I want to say. Star energy is all about destiny. It's about the book of life. It's about newness, soul contracts, bright future. All right. I just did a short of the cards, and now I'm going to do a long of the cards. The song is Aerosmith, Last Child. And that was one of my theme songs that I used to play daily when I put my makeup on. And I was 16 years old and pregnant and going to high school for the last time because I did quit. Quit and get married to the devil. But we're not going to get into all that. What I'm saying is that star energy is at play. So we just had a tower. So isn't that funny? Because Steve always says the star follows the tower. And I believe that's correct. Your destiny is playing out. The tower has hit. It hit fast. We got a chariot card too. It hit fast. I see Joyful Dolphin and Soul Sister. I'm so glad you're here live. So we have the Book of Life is playing out, and it's playing out at a rapid rate right now. I'm sure you're feeling it. One of the examples is I'll have done the dishes and moved on to the next thing that I do in my avatar every day, and I'll think that I didn't finish the dishes. So then I'll go back in there and they're already finished. The laundry, I did the laundry the other day, and when I got home and later I said, I need to do the laundry, but I already did it. So the time is really off. We're feeling really disorientated. We have a bright future and it's all new also. I do have a couple shout outs that I have to shout out to because it's really important that you guys keep me posted, even though I already know in Astro. But it's nice for others to know that you're on your highest timeline and what you've done to get there. I want to shout out to Bianca. I'm very proud of her and her comments. Gary, him also. I also wanted to tell him that, death is only the person leaving and going to another realm. And he knows that, but it hurts. It hurts to have people leave us. So my prayers are going out to Gary because he's lost like 4 people in the last year or two. And it hurts, but they're with him, but it hurts. And he's with them in Astro, but it hurts because we don't have him here. Then I wanted to shout out to everybody that is doing what Bianca's doing and staying on that highest timeline through no addictions and really focusing on self. If you have 2 days sober, 2 days celibate, I don't care. If you have 2 months, 2 years, it's the point that you're doing it. Because if it happens tomorrow, and what I mean by if it happens tomorrow, I mean this destiny, this newness, this them taking you to your next dimension for good, for leaving one behind. I won't get into all that either, but if something happens, where you're at is where you're at. So if you're out there having sex and drinking, that's where you're at. You're not going to get into the 5th dimension with the cigarette in one hand and your zipper open in the other. So anyway, I warned you yesterday, towers are coming, and today you'll see the reading says, star energy. Then I also wanted to shout out to Mr. I. I can't pronounce his name, so I'll call him Mr. I. he came over yesterday and bought my small 18-inch TV and my Rotary Wizards. Rotary Wizards, huh? Okay, so shout out to everybody. Star Energy, what's this all about? Well, underneath the star, we've got the Six of Swords energy and the Ace of Swords energy. So it's all about truth, okay? We've got journey, moving on, transition. Help is arriving at the perfect time. Divinely timed help is coming in. You have a rite of passage and you are supported. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, what are we actually doing? What are we actually going into? We're going into that rite of passage. Okay? Then we have the Ace of Swords energy, which is St. Michael's sword of truth. So it's a yes, 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 truth and only truth. Our new ideas are becoming clear. We're like having that aha moment. Victory is here for us and a heightened state of consciousness. So where you're at is where you're at. You don't really have to thrive to go higher. Like I told Bianca, I said, make sure to stay where you're at, okay? Once you become free from your addictions, and once you become clear of your negative karmic assignments, you've cleansed them. Do you ever hear the saying, there's no higher than the top, or it doesn't get better than this, it's only down from here? Okay, that's true in the matrix, but it's not true in the spirit world. We can keep going higher, but we really have to be careful that they don't pull you back. So this beer looks good. Oh, having a one-night stand looks good. Or even just something simple as you were not smoking and now you smoke. Or you didn't eat red meat and now you eat red meat. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, all out, I lost 30 years of sobriety, you know, but it can be. And even Steve was warning about that in his videos, about how the energy will tell you, oh, it's okay to have just one. It's okay to have just one. It's not. It's going to take you out, because that's their way of taking you out. You're so strong, they don't know how else to take you out except through your addictions. Okay? Then we have what I'm just talking about, justice energy, balance, okay? Natural law, karma, truth, wisdom, fairness, legal matters, integrity, and perspective. So what do I mean by that? What did I say about balance? Okay, I go do the dishes, and later, an hour later, I think I need to go do the dishes again. My timeline's all off. So I just have to keep everything in balance. I don't sit on YouTube all day. I don't do dishes all day. Okay, in this avatar, it's different than in the other dimensions. In the other dimensions, I do other things. I don't do dishes in the other dimension. Everything is so different. Okay, and that when I talked about karma and truth, you know, we had a lot of assignments we had to go through. I had to be with somebody for 30 years when I would have normally left that person a lot sooner. I surely didn't keep boyfriends very long, okay? But I had a mission to complete, a karma to clear up. I don't know if you guys know much about John the Baptist, Peter, Mary Magdalene, but that's who I'm part of, okay? But I've come back into this avatar, and I'm very humble, and I'm just Miss Mystic. Okay, I'm nobody famous here. I'm nobody, you know, like Joan of Arc, right? I don't have a statue out there, but I'm in all the history books, but you just don't know it's me. Okay, so are you. Okay, but so are you. That's why in my past videos I said to you, where are you in the Bible? If I bring up the story of the Mayans, where are you in that story? If I bring up Egypt, where are you in that story? Do you know who you are in each of these stories? Okay, in this life, which was 1966 till now, okay, I am somebody that's cleaning up all my bad karma and helping people through Alcoholics Anonymous, through being Miss Mystic, being an energy tarot reader. I'm balancing everything out, and I have cleared my negative karma, because we all come with some. But when we go to our 5D and higher, we have to be clear of everything. So you can't be taking this stuff with you. It's just, you can't. But that's okay, because a lot of you are going to stay here in 4D. Don't panic. It's going to be a lot better than it is now. You'll have a new money system, a new electric system, a new every system. And it's going to be awesome, okay? Don't panic. Your addictions will leave at that time for sure, for good then. Then you will work on what I've been working on in the last 30 years. You're just one little timeline under it, okay? No big deal. For the people that are 5D and higher, we'll be constantly helping you, okay? So I won't get into all that, but if you watch any of the Marvel movies, you understand what I'm saying. Underneath justice is balance leads to contentment. So you got balance twice coming out. Justice is coming out with balance. They're balancing the scales. That's why in the movie Star Wars, Revenge of Sith, I believe it's called, I'm watching that one right now. And that's when the Jedi, Anakin, decides to turn into Darth Vader. He gets renamed, just like Saul got renamed to Paul, okay? Saul got renamed to Paul, but his was evil to good, okay? This is good to evil. So if you get a chance, you can watch that video, but it's good to watch them all so you know the story. And remember, it's not science fiction, it's true. But it's just funny how the dark side can easily trick you into going their way. And I was supposed to go the dark way so many times in this life, and I didn't, because I got rid of my alcohol and my drugs and the sex, and it was keeping my mind perverted and sidetracked. So when I was clear of all them things in my life, I could see clearly. And I have not fallen or fallen. I have not fallen. I am a felon, a child support non-payment felon, non-violent. I just didn't pay my child support because I wasn't working. I was feeding my addiction on the street. Once I cleaned up, of course, I paid it all back, but you still get that name behind you. But anyway, that's 30 years ago. So what I'm trying to get at is everything changes once you get rid of the addictions, because you can see clearly. So I haven't went backwards in anything for 30 years. Okay, so balance leads to contentment. So am I content? Yes. What I got under all that was just what I was talking about. Devil energy, opposition. Opposition. So in everything, there's going to be opposition. So just like in the movies, every single movie you watch, isn't there like a good guy and a bad guy? And doesn't the good guy always win in the end? Okay, but that's in the end. What happens in between? Well, that's the movie, isn't it? Okay, so the devil made me do it. Stay away from that one. And only you can get in your way. So it's not so much that the devil makes us do things. It's just he helps us think that feeling stuck, he helps us think we're stuck and we need to get unstuck by drugs, sex, rock and roll, right? So he just entices us. Okay, so then we have the Chariot energy. Everything's coming in fast. So they want you to take the risk of what? Okay, fast incoming, action required. So what do you mean by taking a risk? Well, I mean that if an opportunity comes towards you, don't stay in the box. Okay, don't stay in your box. Get out of your comfort zone. If it feels uncomfortable, it's probably the right thing to do. Okay, now we'll go a little bit deeper into that. We've got wolves in sheep's clothing, 9 of Wands energy. Just what I said with the devil energy. So what's going to happen is they're going to try to get you to go to a lower timeline. That's why I brought up Bianca and Gary in the beginning too, because they're going to use your sadness and your mourning, Gary, and they're going to take Bianca's advancement to her higher timeline, and they're going to try to pull them down. Okay? You don't need to listen to Miss Mystic every day. You don't need to not drink. You don't need to be happy. You just lost 4 people in death in the last 2 years, etc., etc. It'll be the talking heads, the talking hands. So you have to be determined and push past your limits, because there is victory over wolves in sheep's clothing, but you have to be able to see them for what they are. Remember when I said to you yesterday that somebody seemed so nice, and then when he yelled at his dog, shut the fuck up, I just felt overwhelming of evilness. And it was like a reptilian where you see somebody and they're all pretty, and then the next minute you look at them and they've shapeshifted and they look like the devil. Okay, or worse, right? I don't know if you can get worse than looking like the devil, but you know what I mean. So shape-shifting energy. Now, shut the fuck up is 4 words and probably took 5 seconds to say. And all of the other times he talks, oh, he's so nice, right? No, I saw right through it. And I'll tell him it right to his face. You're a sheep in wolves, you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, I was revealed that. Do I have to slander his name? No. Do I have to put anything in his comments? No. I just simply delete it from my view, right? And talk a little bit about it to you, because you need to get stuff off your chest. But what is the right way of getting something off your chest? It's not putting a bunch of comments in his section, because he's not going to care, okay? And he's not even going to understand what you're saying, probably. You know what I'm trying to get at? So many people think that by confronting somebody, that does something. No, it's like what I was taught in AA is a problem shared is cut in half. And that's what we did. We would come to the tables and we would just talk about what's bothering us. We didn't go up to the person and beat them up like we used to. We didn't put a curse on them like we used to. We didn't do them things. We didn't go get drunk over it. We simply came to the tables, said this is what bothering me, let it at the table, and then walked out and forgot about it. So what am I saying? I'm saying that beware of wolves in sheep's clothing and don't let them get away with it. Then we have the 2 of Wands energy. And I always say the 2 of Wands energy is courageous and daring. Okay? Back to take the risk underneath the Chariot. Take the risk. Be courageous and daring. Plan. You're being activated, and there's lots of possibilities. So I just simply unsubscribe, talk to you guys about it, let you know that I found a wolf in sheep's clothing. I do that all the time, and I just let it go, okay? Lots of possibilities because we're being activated. Two of Wands. And under that is your new perspective, your hanged man. So in the old days, I would have wrote a long paragraph to that person and just told them what I thought. Not today. Today I just get it out in the reading. I surrender to the cosmos. I let go. Okay. I didn't even know all them words were on here. Okay. A reflection to me. I use my new wisdom and I'm enlightened. Okay. Enlightenment. So the hanged man is the final energy. It's you need to get a new perspective on everything. If you're on that higher timeline, if you're on a lower timeline and you want to go to a higher timeline, quit the addictions, get out of the toxic relationship. I know somebody right now that's in a really toxic environment, but they want to go to a higher timeline. Ain't happening till they leave that toxic situation. I know somebody that's in a timeline that wants to go to a higher timeline, but is smoking and drinking and banging in the parking lots, right? It's not happening. I don't care what they tell you. It doesn't matter to me. I know there's 3 levels on each timeline, so they may be on 4, 1, 2, or 3. I'm not saying that there's going to be any dispute in that, but you're not coming to my dimensions with that kind of behavior. This takes work. This takes action. Okay? This takes fortitude. This takes wanting to do it. So, I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.